Welcome to the beginning of my first vlog with the new camera. It's extremely sunny. Let's just sit here for a moment. Yeah, so I'm planning on writing a poem every day. Yeah. Anyway, we are outside enjoying the sun today. It's April 1st. I'm going to try to write a poem every day this month. There's a website called Napowrimo, National Poetry Writing Month. And they have prompts that you can do every day. But I also asked for prompts on Twitter. And so I think I'm going to roll a dice with those prompts and maybe just add in like the Napowrimo prompt to the dice roll every day. I need to make that list because I got a lot of really good prompts. I'm not sure how many, maybe like 20 something, so that should work out great. And yeah, so my plan is to write a poem today. I also have to work, so that'll be inside on the computer. And but today is like a great day. It's drop-in day, and we're doing D&D, so it'll be super fun. And it's all virtual. But yeah, that's my plan. I've got lots of really awesome things to read. I started reading The Tea Dragon Society last night to Otto, and I think we're just gonna read that book every night because it's essentially a kid's book. I mean, Otto can see, maybe even start to see the pictures, and it just hears me babbling, so it's really cute. I'm really liking it so far. I'm also still reading Amateur by Thomas Page something. That's about a trans guy who decides to become a boxer, and it's all about masculinity. And that's super, super interesting, and I'm enjoying that as well. I started reading that a couple days ago, but it's translated over to this new month. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start off with some of the poetry I have to read this month, just to get into that groove. The only one I have on my TBR that I have physically right now, because I'm still waiting for Flowers on the Moon to come in the mail, is Take Me With You by Andrea Gibson. Another thing that I'm debating is whether or not I want to do this poetry workshop with Meg-mb, who is Andrea Gibson's partner, who was also in the last workshop that I did. But she's super good at editing, and I have no idea where to even begin with editing my poems. So I might take that workshop. I think that would be really beneficial, and it would run through National Poetry Writing Month, so yeah, I might do that. Maybe I'll go back inside and do that. But I was just checking on my plants, and the peas are looking okay. My tomato starts all flopped the heck over. It's not looking promising. But the peppers are actually doing okay. I think for the tomato starts, I might just have to buy already started tomatoes, because they're just not having it. I didn't have enough light in the house, and I guess I was too lazy to bring out the grow lights. But it's fine. It's just a few dollars of seeds down the drain, but I tried. Hopefully the peppers actually survive. That would be cool. It'd be nice if it stayed this nice, but that's, I think, unrealistic. The last frost date's supposed to be April 8th, which is now 8 days away. And that would be really, really nice, because I would love to start getting everything else in the garden. But yeah, none of my other seeds that I direct sowed have popped up yet, which I think is normal, but hopefully they do soon, because I'm just nervous about it. I'm a nervous gardener. I filmed a video out here the other day. My camera was on manual focus and not autofocus. And that just did not work out for me. The whole video was blurry, which probably ended up being an okay thing because the video itself was kind of contrived. I was talking about my rating system. Look at this beautiful blood orange. And talking about my rating system, and I wanted to title the video, Why I Only Rate Things 5 stars. I thought that'd be good clickbait material. But truly, if you follow me on Goodreads, you know that I either don't rate things or I rate them 5 stars. And usually I'm just rating things for representation and like importance, and if I really think that that author needs more hype. But other than that, I think ratings are so subjective. When I'm rating for like an arc, doing like a review in exchange for an arc, you know, then I'll be a little more serious about being critical, but I don't know. I just don't care enough. I think I'm one of those people on BookTube who's definitely a content creator and not a book reviewer. So I'll tell you my feelings about books, or definitely will. But I'm not, you know, it's not going to be the level of critique as like the New York Times or something. If I could have anyone sponsor this channel or sponsor some videos, it would be HelloFresh and Imperfect Foods. So if I could get that to happen, I would really appreciate it because I love food. I love it a lot. It's such a beautiful day. Alright, I have 36 prompts, including the prompt from the Napowrimo website today. I just put my sleeve in some cream cheese. So we're gonna roll some dice. I think, so if I rolled 2 like d20s, then I could, well, I guess if I got higher than a 36, I could just go up. So I think that works. I think that works, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 d20s, baby. So we got 14. Oh, that was a 14, I swear. 14. Come on, autofocus. 14. And seven. Cody, what's 14 plus 17?
31.
31. Alright, my prompt for today is
I know I'm the worst.
the worst.
I'm the worst.
My prompt for today is that big and empty feeling of a department store at night. And let's see who gave me this, who provided the prompt today. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Here we go. Okay. Big Empty is from Kaylor. Thank you. I'll give you a follow. Thanks for giving me the poetry prompts. Wow, hi. So I ended up signing up for Megan Falley's workshop, and there's already like homework posted. What am I getting myself into? I don't know. But I'm already just, my mind is already being blown. So I'm very excited. I do have to post one poem by Saturday evening. So I need to figure out what poem I'm going to post. I do, like, one of my goals for this month is to just get all of my poems that I've been writing down in my notebook onto a Google Doc so that I can start the process of editing, because I'm intimidated. But I have like at least, I wrote 50 poems. Did I write? No, I wrote 20 poems. I probably have at least 50 poems though, just in my notebook right now. And if I'm gonna write one poem a day for 30 days, and then whatever I'm gonna write for this class, that's a lot. I'm gonna have a lot of stuff. She actually said in like a Google Classroom post that some of her collections of poetry have like completely come from doing National Poetry Writing Month, so I think that's really cool. One thing also that I failed to mention earlier is that I've talked about this in other vlogs, but my goal for, like, I want to write a collection that really has to do with being a parent, a non-binary parent, and this experience. So my goal is to kind of always write, kind of like weave that into the poems that I'm writing. So I have to think about how I'm going to work that into my department store prompt for today. But that's really what I want, because it is such a topic that's like, has so many complexities that it can't just be one poem. You know what I mean? It has to be a collection. Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down. When you finally find it, you'll see how it's faded. The underside is brighter when you turn it around. Everything stays right where you left it. Everything stays, but it's still changing. Hey, okay. Oh, horrible lighting. Horrible lighting. So I'm waiting for Cody to get out of basketball practice. But Otto and I just went to the grocery store. It was Otto's first trip to the grocery store. And that was stressful because I couldn't find my debit card after all my groceries had been checked in. And there was a line, and it was really busy, and it was really stressful. But it's over. We got it. We got it. I still don't actually know where my debit card is. But I'll show you what books I brought with me on this journey today. So last night during the Touching My Shelves live sprint on Sassy Cassie's channel, I started reading We Set the Dark on Fire, and I'm reading this with my friend Juliet. And I'm on page 35. So far it's slow moving. I have a feeling it's going to be a very detailed world, so it might take a little bit to get like into it, and I haven't read a fantasy in a while, so I think it'll take a while to like really get into it, but I could, I think I'll probably like it. I know that it's super queer, and there's like a romance that takes off at some point, so that's fun. And then I'm also wanting to read Take Me With You by Andrea Gibson. I think I'll really fly through this. It's like such a different style than anything else they've ever done, I feel like, because they usually do really long poems, but these are all like one-page poems, which is interesting. So I feel like that's like the strongest thing about their poetry is that that they are so long, Anyway, we'll be reading this, and then I got another poetry book in the mail today, and that's Flowers on the Moon by Chapata. This is the book we're reading for my Patreon buddy read, and I didn't realize it would be so thick. I haven't seen a poetry book this thick in a while, but they're all very small poems. So, yeah. I always have a fear reading a new poet, especially someone who maybe has a little bit of like internet fame. I just fear that it's gonna be Rupi Kaur all over again, you know? And I really struggle with Rupi Kaur and just her style of writing and her blatant copyright of a lot of black poets specifically. I just think that she's a bit problematic, and so is her poetry, and it's not deep. It's like, anyway, I could go on, but I always have a fear that like a poet is gonna also try to do that, especially with like the all lowercase font, you know. But I don't know, we'll find out. We will find out. So those are the books I have with me today. Okay, well, unfortunately, I kind of hate this. We're on our way back home. We spent the whole day at the park and it was really nice. I'm doing a riding sprint with Iris right now. Oh my god, they just looked up at the screen right when I said that. And I'm writing my poem.
Is not having the patience to not write something amazing.
Hi. Yeah, there's my leaking nipple again. I just finished the first workshop, Megan Falley's Poems That Don't Suck, and I just learned so much in such a small amount of time. I'm blown away. Right? Anyway, I'm gonna take this kid for a walk. Like a dog. Hello! There are a lot of sounds happening, but I wanted to show you some experiments today. So I recently got new oat milk, and it's from this company called Minor Figures, and they did this thing where they accidentally made too much, so they sold the oat milk on a sliding scale. Amazing. So I got like an entire case of this for like $14 or something. And then I also got some Oregon chai. So I got the vanilla flavor, which I think is going to be most similar to like the original Oregon chai, because I've never seen them like split up into flavors like this. But then I also got the spicy chai. So I'm going to make Cody the vanilla chai, and I'm going to make myself the spicy chai. And then I'll report back. Okay, I didn't write my poem yesterday, so I need to write 2 poems today. And that's what my hair looks like. The spicy chai is better than the sweet chai, do you think? No? Cody disagrees.
No,
Or do you agree?
I disagree with you.
Cody disagrees. I'm about 100 pages into We Set the Dark on Fire. It's still moving pretty slowly, but I do think the romance will pick up soon and will really hold the story. Right now it doesn't feel like there's a lot holding it, so I assume that's what's gonna happen next. Last night I kind of read the majority of Flowers on the Moon, and it was terrible. It was so bad. I made a whole like ranting video for my patrons, so if you're interested, go to my Patreon. But yeah, not good. Anyway, I need to take my vitamins. Will you add prenatal vitamins to the list? Cody?
I don't have a list.
Will you make a list? I do need more probiotics. And I'm gonna make us a picnic meal, right? Cody's in such a cranky mood. So I have finished We Set the Dark on Fire and enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. I think it was really fast-paced, which I liked. The beginning was a little slow, but then it really took off. Once you hit the romance at about page 160-ish, then it reads, I read the second half in one sitting last night, like in an hour maybe. So it's very fast paced, and it's just, there's like a lot happening. It's like a little bit stressful because so much is happening. But this book is about, I think it's YA, and I don't know if it would be considered fantasy because there's no like magic system or anything, but it is kind of an alternate society, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I just missed more fantasy elements. But these girls are raised, or go to this academy to essentially learn how to be like good wives, but there are two different types of wives. There's a segunda and a primera. And the primeras are like the political face of the marriage. Like they're the ones who are really like intelligent and deal with kind of the publicity of the marriage. And then the segunda is the like physicality of the marriage, so the one that has the babies and has sex. So these two girls are selected. Meanwhile, our main character Danny gets like kind of forced into this revolutionary activist group that's very anti-capital and has to kind of be a spy for them, an informant, because if she isn't, then they'll like out her as like not, like essentially she's like from a poor family but faked her documents to prove that she was from a higher family or something like that. So there's a lot of treason going on, and it's also very gay. So now I am reading Night Sky with Exit Wounds by Ocean Vong. This is poetry. I read On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous a few years ago and have been wanting to read this ever since I read that. And then I think today I'm supposed to start like a ton of buddy reads, but they all like hit on Friday. Like all of my buddy reads start on Friday. Today's Wednesday. So I think I'm going to read Moon of the Crusted Snow for the Cli-Fi Book Club. It's a little bit early, I understand that, but I just want to also be reading fiction in tandem with all of the nonfiction I'm consuming lately. So, and it's like short, I think, and it's a thriller. So I think I could get through it really fast. And then I think after this I'm going to start The Need by Helen Phillips and read that with Andrea. Yeah. So last night I wrote a poem that I would love to share with you. Followed a prompt that I got actually from my workshop. So I've been kind of doing like prompts from the workshop, and then occasionally I'll roll. I am one poem behind, so at some point this month I need to write 2 poems in a day, but we're not going to talk about that here. So this poem was from the prompt of thinking about something in your life that could be considered sad or like a darkness that later you found to be more of like a gift or a blessing. So it's like your darkness in a box. It comes from a Mary Oliver quote that's like something like, my friend gifted me darkness in a box and I didn't realize until later that that too was a gift. So I wrote about my family. I was also inspired by a poem in Night Sky with Exit Wounds called Telemachus, and it starts out, like any good son, I pull my father out of the water, drag him by his hair. And that poem's intense, but it inspired me to write about my own father. So here we go. It's called Thanksgiving 2018. My father is an altruist when it comes to giving a safe space to the men who turn our bellies into tornadoes. The wreckage, a feast at a table too small to fit me. I watch them eat the forest fire ham, a storm rushing through their laughter. My grandparents had spent 2 days preparing a gala of cranberry sauce like ice caps, disappearing too soon. Days prior, I asked who would be there. Like anyone with anxiety, it helps to know the price of your social insurance. Small, just family, anyone who wants to join. My father is a chronic non-answerer. His truth a chameleon hiding, a sight so ordinary I wonder what it would look like to be seen. I show up to Thanksgiving, in a sweater crocheted with doubt, wind-spun spools of nothing too masculine, my femininity pulled out from the storm cellar. I don't want to go. I'm going, but I don't want to. The doorknob is a blizzard on the way out. I didn't know I wouldn't go back. My pandemic-induced separation turning absent fathers into climate catastrophe. Too far gone to change. Tricked into thinking I'd fucked it up. Fake news, false promises, my ancestors the white plague, it is written in colonized language, a pipeline to disaster. And yet I grieve for what has been taken, for the text I don't send, for the concept of functioning as a family while the world burns. That's my poem, and that's the end of this vlog. Thanks for joining me on my first nice camera vlog, and let me know what you think. Is the quality actually better, or is it all in my head? And let me know if you wrote any poetry this month so far. I would love to read it if you are interested in sharing it. If you didn't, write an emoji poem in the comments below. Okay. Thank you. See you later.